share some insights with you that the Lord has been giving me for my season, and maybe it's for someone out there as well. And maybe that's why He's wanting me to record this. And so I got some lessons from Isaac. Right now, the Lord is having me read through three different spots in the Bible, the Gospels, and then reading through First Samuel to revisit David, and then starting in Genesis all the way through as well. Right now, that's what I'm reading. I want to give you what I got as I was reading about Isaac and try to think through it. Obviously, when we read the word, we don't want to eisegete, we want to exegete, basically understanding the context and what is written. But however, when I read the word, I think of it this way, that the Lord has done it before and He can do it again. Right? And He's done different things with different people in different scenarios throughout the Bible and throughout history. This is what I believe is what's happening with most things that we read in the Bible. It's showing God's might, who He is and what He is capable of, and what it looks like to partner with God or to obey God. And we are to use these examples. And then sometimes our lives look like some things that we see in the Bible. So I hope that this helps. Right. So what I got when I was reading about Isaac was that God favored Isaac because he was Abraham's son and he had made a covenant with Abraham. But the thing is, Isaac followed through with everything that the Lord had commanded. He had given Isaac the same charges that he gave to his father Abraham, and Isaac obeyed them. In fact, Isaac was obedient to everything that God wanted him to do. And this is key for us, right? When we see examples of people being obedient in the Bible, we can understand that we should also be obedient to the Lord. And He repeats that if you love God, you obey God. The Lord loves obedience more than He loves sacrifice. And so when you see that, you see it with what He's done with Isaac, even though what I just quoted is hundreds of years after Isaac. How many of you have been in a situation where you're like, I really want to leave this place? Whether, it's a job, it's a physical location or whatever. So did Isaac. Isaac stayed in a land that he didn't, and I'm reading what the Lord gave me. He stayed in a land that he did not necessarily want to be in, all to obey the Lord. And why did he do that? Because he knew God's voice. Not only that, the Lord knew him. And what I got from this is that the Lord favors those He knows and those who obey Him. And from there, the Lord made Isaac prosperous. And guess what? He continued to prosper throughout his life. That type of prospering, that type of favor from the Lord will usually bring about jealousy and envy from people around you, to the point where they'll even try to do things to hinder that prosperity. Like they'll try to move a goalpost. They'll say, oh no, you got to do this and then you'll get a raise. Oh no, you got to do this thing and then, we'll let you in. Oh no, you got to do XYZ and then we'll believe that God has called you. They want to do anything they can to hinder your progress, just like they did with Isaac by stopping up the wells where the water was. His father had created those wells, and they're like, no, we're going to stop those up. And I think of this is physically, right? This is physically happening, and people can do things to physically keep you from prospering, to physically keep you from being able to quench your thirst. That could be spiritually. Now I'm giving some parallels, some metaphorical spiritual things, and I don't want to veer too far on the eisegeting part, but I do want to say that we just have to be mindful of when the Lord blesses us, how people will come in and try to hinder our progress. And I don't know if that's for you, but there may be someone trying to hinder your progress. And I know for me, there are lots of people, things, factors that I've had in my life where that has happened. And the thing, when you read Isaac's story, these people even blame him for their insecurity of the fact that he is blessed and he's prospering. And then they're like, nah, you got to leave. Like, you have to leave. You have to go. You're way better than us. You're doing way better than us. We don't like you. After all these things that they've done to you, after all these things that they've committed against you, well, they're mad at you and now you have to leave. And now they're your victim. The Lord may actually move you to a completely different area, but in the same place. You never know what that is. That could be actually the same city, but in a new neighborhood, or, same city, different church, whatever it is. The Lord can move you so that you can go ahead and dig up some new wells. Because the thing is, even after all the wells were stopped up and it seemed like, man, he's not going to prosper. And maybe for you, it's like, man, I've done everything. I've done everything. They keep pushing me away. I get successful and then it's taken away, or something happens. But yet and still, when you obey the Lord, He will prosper you. And you're probably seeing that already. And I can't encourage you enough, you, me, everybody, to just keep obeying the Lord. Stay planted where the Lord told you to sow. So maybe it is at a different job, but in the same city. Or maybe it's in the same city, but a different apartment complex, or, a different church, whatever it is, different ministry. Maybe it's the same church and you're growing out of the ministry that you're in, and you want to join another ministry. Whatever it is, just focus on the Lord. Thing is that when you do this, you're going to continue to prosper. The Lord is going to see this. And then the new people in that area, they're going to be like, oh, they've come to take all of my shine. They've come to take all of my wells and be more prosperous than me. It could be like, oh, they're going to come and take the members of my church group, of the ministry that I started, of my church, of whatever. And you just have to be aware that there are people who operate in different spirits. It could be a spirit of envy, jealousy, whatever. You need to focus on what the Lord is telling you to do, because He's going to prosper your wells where He told you to sow, where He told you to be planted. He will prosper you. But you know what? You can dig another well, and guess what? The Lord is going to prosper you there. And they may finally leave you alone. Like, okay, this person just has favor upon favor. Let's leave them alone. And what I learned in Isaac's story is that he did that, right? He went to another place, he did another well, and he just became prosperous. And they're like, all right, he's okay over there. And that may be your special spot that you are always supposed to be in. And now people are gonna probably still hate on you a little bit, but now you're really growing and they're not saying much to you. And the thing is, when you are so obedient, the Lord is like, let me come, let me pour out my anointing on you. Let me, if you're sitting in my presence, I want to be with you. If you're seeking my face, I'm gonna show you my face. Now, Isaac actually saw the Lord. The Lord appeared to him. And the thing is, what I love about how the Lord came to Isaac, he just came to say, man, I'm just reminding you of the covenant that I had with your father, that I have given it to you too. I love you. And here's the covenant that I have for you. You don't forget. I won't forget. I'll never forget. And so I want to encourage you to remember what the Lord told you. What is that? Maybe this is Him speaking to you to remember what I told you. Stand on it, stay planted. Remember my covenant with you and your family. Whatever that is, think about it. Then after that, Isaac's like, this is my God. I will build an altar for him. And he built an altar for the Lord, and he prayed unto the Lord. And may you build an altar unto the Lord within your heart of obedience and love and righteousness and holiness and compassion and kindness and forgiveness, right? Love, sacrifice, giving, generosity, all of that. Build that unto the Lord. Give Him an altar in your heart unto Him only. And I'm just going to read what I wrote in my journal. It says, we see that Isaac, a righteous man in God's sight, a man who obeyed Him constantly, had his enemies who sent him away come to him directly. Why? Why did they come to him directly? Because they saw the favor of the Lord on his life. And that sent the fear of the Lord into their souls. Walk in obedience. Let the favor of the Lord fall upon you, and watch your enemies, the ones who hated on you, gossiped about you, caused conflict with you, and turned you away. Approach you later. Watch. You don't know when that's going to be, but it will happen. And as they come to you, even though they don't apologize, just like they did with Isaac, and even though they don't acknowledge the fact that they sent you away in a bogus way, and even though they claim they sent you away in peace, welcome them back graciously and with the love of God. Share a meal with them, forgive quickly, enjoy their company briefly, and then send them away in peace. This is such a great example. And then it says this, but also the story shows that the Lord has always cared for reconciliation among his people, but also that he gives favor to the righteous who obey him in front of those who think they are righteous. When you obey God and someone comes against you, they come against God and become an enemy of the Lord. So much so that the fear of the Lord comes upon them and they recognize what they have done. Lord Jesus, may this be the favor upon my life and the lives of those who hear this. I pray that this blesses you and I pray that this keeps you. All love.